Workshop kindergartners. I'm so excited to have this time with you every day as we all practice our writing skills. And you might be thinking, I'm not a writer. I don't know how to write. I don't know how to read. Some of you do, some of you don't, but I'm here to tell you today that all of you are writers. And I know this because I know that if you can tell a story, you're a writer. I want to start by showing you this book. It's called No David. No David. And it's written by David Shannon. And it's a little hard to see on your computer, but there's a silver circle right here. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Oh, nope, it's not going to let me show you. It's an award. Yeah, it's not going to let me show you. It's an award. It's a Caldecott Award. So this book won an award because it's so awesome. And David Shannon is a famous author, an author who writes words. But this book is special, and I'll tell you why as soon as we're done reading it. This is called No David. I like the beginning. Can you tell what the mom is doing with her foot? She's got her hands on her hips, and she's tapping her foot, and she's probably saying, "No, David. No, David." David's mom always said, "No, David. No, David." He's reaching for cookies. Oh, no, David, no. No, no, no. Come back here, David. David, be quiet. Don't play with your food. That's enough, David. Go to your room. Settle down. Stop this instant. Put your toys away. Not in the house, David. I said no, David. Davy, come here. Yes, David, I love you. So he heard his mom saying no an awful lot, didn't he? And then in the end, Davy, I love you. So I wanted to share this book with you. It doesn't seem like it has anything to do with writing, right? It's about doing all these wrong things and learning. But this book was written by David Shannon when he was 5 years old. Is anybody here 5? You are. You're 5. David wrote this book when he was just 5 years old. And when he grew up, his mom found this book tucked away, saved in her closet. She saved this book, and he as a grown-up, he thought, wow, that's a really cool book. And so he did something called publish it, and that's where he made it into this book that people can buy today. And it's so good, it won an award. He's a famous writer and a famous award winner. And he wrote this book when he was just 5 years old. And all he was doing was telling a story. The words, there's not many words. Most of the words are no, David, right? But the pictures tell his story. We can tell what he's doing because his pictures show us. And that is how we start to be writers. And I wanted to share this special book so that you can see that even though you're 5 or 6 years old, you can be a writer too. So today we're going to get started with our first writer's workshop. And you're going to open up to a page in your journal. Find the very first page that looks like this and open it up And then you can kind of fold the other side back and you can push down on that staple to help it lay nice and flat. Now I'm going to be using a marker today because I want you to see what I'm writing, but you can use a pencil. I would like you to use a pencil because sometimes the writers need to change things. And it's so much easier to change things if you're using a pencil. But I want you to see my work, so that's why I'm using a marker. So the first thing a writer does is finds a nice quiet spot to work where you've got a place to put your work, where you've got a seat to sit in, and where it's nice and quiet where you can think of ideas. So that's your first job today, is to find a quiet spot to work. The second thing that a writer does is to think of an idea. And you can write about anything. Maybe you saw something in the No David book that you want to write about. Maybe you're looking out your window and you see, oh, something out there that seems exciting. Maybe you're happy about something that you're going to do this weekend, or maybe you are missing something that you want to write about, or maybe you really like something and you want to write about it. And so I think writing, it's important to write about something that you know a lot about or that you really like, because then it's going to be important to you to write it. And so let's get started today. I'm going to write about, I'm doing some thinking, and I'm thinking today about fall and about raking leaves. And so I'm going to write about leaves, and I'm thinking, what do I want to say? Because I know a lot of things about leaves. The leaves fall from the trees, we rake them up, we put them in bags. I know all these things about leaves, but I want to just pick a little bit to write about to start, and then we'll start adding detail later. So I'm going to think about the leaves, and I'm just going to say, the leaves fall. That's simple, right? The leaves fall. It's 3 little words. And so to start my picture, I'm going to do a pile of leaves, and I'm going to try not to take too much time with my picture because I want you guys to have time with yours. So I'm just going to be drawing a bunch of leaves here, all in a pile, and this will be part of my picture when I'm all finished. And again, I'm using a marker, but you can use a pencil, and even for your pictures, I mean, I think pictures look really great with color, don't you think? Yeah. So I'm just drawing a big pile of leaves for now. That's for now. And I'll add some more detail. And I'm just going to write down here, I'm going to write the leaves fall. And I'm just going to do my best. And I know that you might not know how to write these words, but I want you to try and listen for sounds. So I'm going to write the word leaves. Ooh, e, l. Now I'm going to write fall. Ah, ooh. Okay, here's my first sentence. I know the word the, and then I wrote leaves and then fall. Oops, I don't know if you can see that, but I should get rid of that. Oh boy. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. Okay, the leaves fall. Now, if you're a reader, you know that that's not correct. That's not really how you spell the word leaves, and that's not how you spell the word fall. But that's okay, because what I did is I used the sounds that I know, and I wrote down all the sounds that I could hear. That's what I want you to do today. I want you to think about the sounds that you know. Now, if this feels too hard, what I want you to do is just think about one word in your picture and write something on the bottom. So maybe you're just thinking about just the leaves. Okay, if I was just going to write about leaves, maybe I would go, okay, leaves, ooh, and maybe all you would write, leaves, is like this, the beginning sound and the last sound. And that's okay, because these are all parts of writing. Everybody's kind of at different parts, so you have to find what's comfortable for you. I want you to make sure you get a picture on your page, and try to get some of the sounds that you hear. And if it's just a little bit, that's perfect. And if it's more than a little bit, that's perfect. And if you're a reader and you know, I didn't spell that right, that's perfect. Our job today on our first writer's workshop is just to get an idea on the paper, and then we'll add things to it later. The last thing I want you to do before you're done is up at the top, you're going to write the digital date, it's called. And what that is, we're going to write the number 10 for the 10th month, it's October. Then you're going to write a 12, it's the 12th day. And then you're going to write a 20 because it's the year 2020. So you're going to do all of those things on your paper today. Have fun, writers.